Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to swap a UK light switch. I'm going to be swapping a dimmer switch to your more traditional flick switch here. Please note before we start I am not a trained electrician, so if you do have any questions please consult an electrician, don't go off this video. So first thing you want to do is find your fuse box. Once you've located the fuse box in your house you should have it labelled up like I do here. So you can see I'm going to flick off the power for my upstairs lights. I'm going to go back upstairs and I'm going to undo the light switch with a screwdriver. Now before I do this, I just test to make sure that there is definitely no power by flicking the light switch on to ensure that there's no power and the lights aren't coming on in the room, to make sure I'm not playing with any live wires. So you're going to want to unscrew the two small screws that hold the light switch to the wall. They can be quite long, so bear with me. And once you've done this, you can pull forward the faceplate of the light switch, revealing the cables underneath. So you can see in this example, I only have two cables that go to the light switch, and the third cable, you can see at the back, is still inside the actual casing for the light switch. And that one you can see there, so the green and yellow one is also known as the earth cable. So you've got a live, a neutral and an earth within here. So what I always do, I always check to see where these cables are plugged in originally on the plug socket, and then I'll trace that across to the new plug socket. So you don't need to know what any of them are called, you don't need to know what any of them are for. You can see there I just undid the two small flathead screws inside to release the cables. They have a screw that screws in that holds the cable in place to stop it from coming loose, stop it from wiggling out. And I've just unscrewed them, and I've gone to get now my new light switch. So now once I've got my light switch, you can see here I've got COM and I've got an L1, so a live one, and I've got the same on my previous one, so COM and live one. And I'm just going to copy across the cables from where they were on the previous switch to where they will be on the new switch. So for example, COM on the old switch or C on the old switch will go into C on the new switch, and L1 will go into L1 on the new switch. So I'm not doing anything different with the cables. So you must remember which order they go in. It's very important, otherwise it won't work. Again, if you're not sure, please consult a trained electrician. So all I'm doing there, I'm pushing the cable inside and I'm screwing that screw back up to hold the cable in place. Now what I didn't show in this video, but what I like to do, is a small little pull test. So you're not looking to rip it, but just give the cable a gentle tug to make sure that it is held in place with the screw. I'm now going to do the same thing with the blue wire. Hold it in place and screw down the screw. Once that's all done, I've gone back downstairs there and I've turned the fuse box back on. I didn't show that in the video, but I've turned the fuse box back on and I've tested the light switch. And I've gone back downstairs again and turned the fuse box off again, because it's very important you don't play with this light switch while the fuse box is on. So I've turned the fuse box back off, and now I'm going to push them cables back inside, and I'm going to line up the screws with the holes inside. You'll see there's some clips inside that the screws screw into. They can be a little bit fiddly. You'll see in this video a couple of times I missed it, but just keep being patient with it. Don't force anything, and eventually they'll bite and you'll manage to line them up. Like I say, can be a little bit tricky, but it's nothing to worry about. What you can do as well at this point is you can get a small spirit level to make sure that your light switch is straight. There is a little bit of play left to right with them, so you can just line it up to make sure it's straight. I didn't, but you can. If you do have any questions from this video, please put them in the comments section below. Like I said, I'm not a trained electrician, but I'm more than happy to try and support and help. I think this is something that most people will be able to do from home. It's a very DIY kind of thing. Um, and if you're swapping your light switches out, it can make a big difference. If you've got old light switches covered in paint, it can really bring a new lease of life to a room. So any questions, please let me know. And as always, thank you for watching.